This video is going to help you to alleviate some of the stress and confusion in the topsy-turviness of the world right now and show you where you really want to place your focus so you can get clarity, direction, and purpose. My name is Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we dive into the topic for today, I'm doing free breakthrough calls. There is a link that is pinned in the comment section below. These are really great, like clarity calls where we'll go over your vision, what's stopping you, and what you can do to really get into your power in your life. So it can be confusing. Life can be challenging, especially if you're on some level of a spiritual awakening journey, which kind of almost everybody is at this point because it's not really an option anymore. And it can be very tricky to know what to focus on. A lot of people get into manifestation. They're trying to manifest that specific person, manifest the job, manifest the money, and those are all good things. There's nothing wrong with them, and it's really good to have a vision. But right now, it's really important to kind of hone in on the center of the bullseye. And the center of the bullseye is what's going to carry you through from the challenges to the thriving portion of your life. And before I just get into this a little bit more, I want to reference an interview I saw a while back. I'm a very big music fan. I'm a very big fan of the band Muse. And I think Matt Bellamy, the singer-songwriter, is brilliant. But he did this interview when he was like 19, 20 years old. And someone was asking him like how he writes music, kind of like where it comes from for him. And he gave this answer that was incredibly wise for such a young kid at the time. And he said something to the extent of, he found partners, friends, your job, relationships, all of these things were transient, right? They could change at any moment. And life was always kind of hitting you with this change, as we all know, like nothing stays the same really except change. And he found that when something would happen that would shift in his life, and he would kind of go into that state of chaos or not knowing what was going to happen, it made him want to connect deeper to a part of himself that never did change. And that was the part that he used to write music with. The part that was like ever present and always there. And it helped him, like when something would change, he would go into that, part to write music to kind of deal with and process the change. And that part of yourself is what we're all being kind of prompted to find. And it's important to kind of know this. It's important. It's like, it's hard, when you're aiming for something, you might hit the target, you might hit like the center ring, but like we're getting more and more refined now to where it's like you want to know the center of the bullseye. And the center of the bullseye, as cliche as this may sound, is you. It's about going all in for yourself. Everything that you experience, every situation that you experience, every trial and tribulation that you experience right now is simply a prompting to connect into a state of love. That's the point. And what happens is we're kind of tested. Things don't really work in your life until you're all in for you. It doesn't matter what the thing is. It doesn't matter if it's the job or the partner. None of that matters. It's about being all in for your best self. And every time you're kind of thrown off that path and you want to quit and give up and you come back and you recommit, you get stronger. You get more clarity. You heal more and you get closer and closer to just the center of the beingness that is just infinite love. And it's every time you take that step, that's when you build the internal that reflects back to you the things in your life that you really want. And what's important to understand is this takes commitment. It's about commitment. And when you make that commitment internally to your best self and your highest timeline, that's when the answers start to come. That's when you're sent the situations the people, the places, the things that are all going to bring you more and more and more into your purpose and into your highest timeline. And it's getting to the point now where it's like there's really not much of an option. It's like go all in for your purpose or flounder and struggle. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to push yourself so hard that it's terrifying and traumatizing. You just have to make that commitment internally. And you will be guided step by step, a little at a time, with what's safe for you, more into that life. But it's really important to understand that it starts with that choice. And that choice is an ongoing thing. So if you're confused, if you're frustrated, if things aren't showing up, if you're not being guided in the way that you want to be guided, if you're trying to manifest things and they're not working, take a minute, meditate, journal, reflect, go into nature and ask your higher self, how do you commit? How does that look? How does that feel? And then make the declaration that you are going all in for you, and ask to be shown the way, the next step. And that is when things will begin to land. And what happens on a collective level when we do this, each person is responsible only for themselves, to do this for themselves. And when each person makes this commitment, the commitment to heal, the commitment to go through their trauma and step into their power and step into their light, one by one, we raise the vibration of the collective and we raise the vibration of the planet. And all of the problems that seem to baffle the mind and baffle the scientists and baffle everyone, baffle the world, will start to be solved. But they start to be solved from that place internally when everybody is aligned with their highest timeline, because we each have different roles. And the mind thinks it knows the role, but it doesn't. You find it inside. You find it in like your solar plexus and that core center place in your body. You'll feel like callings and pulls to certain things. And just know that by doing that for yourself is how you help change the world. And every time one person does that, it makes it easier for the next person to do that. And eventually it'll become very easy and lots of people will do it. Lots of people are doing it now. And it will get to the point where it will hit this critical mass, like rippling out into the 3D version of our world, and things will change, I think, very fast. So I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any comments, questions below. If you want a little more help, like getting clarity on this and clearing some stuff up, I have a free energy clearing. You can download it. It's in the description. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. Thank you so much. I look forward to next time. Peace.